Frida Kahlo. She is one of Mexico's greatest artists, and she is the queen of selfies, painting mostly self-portraits. She was born Magdalena Carmen Frida Kahlo y Calderón in Coyoacán, Mexico City, Mexico on July 6, 1907. Frida is one of 4 children, so she has 2 older sisters named Matilda and Adriana, and a younger sister named Cristina. Frida's whole life was filled with misfortune and very bad health. At the age of 6, she contracted a dangerous disease called polio, which can cause horrible muscle pain, infection in the spine and the brain, paralysis or weakness, and even death. Frida was bedridden for over 9 months. Her right leg grew differently than her left, visually being much smaller than the other. Because of this, Frida would wear trousers and long skirts for the rest of her life. After she recovered from her illness, Frida was encouraged by her father to play lots of sports, which was very uncommon for a girl at this time. Frida dreamed of becoming a doctor, so in 1922 she attended the National Preparatory School. It was a school with only 35 female students. She became super popular for her bravery and outspokenness. She made new friends with very similar political views as her. During this time, Mexico was going through a huge revolution, which had a drastic effect on her identity. Frida met a famous artist named Diego Rivera, who was painting a mural at the school. She absolutely fell in love, but he was 21 years older than her. She moved on not knowing that she would one day end up marrying this man. So remember when I said that Frida's life was filled with misfortune? Well, then it happened. One day completely changed her life forever. In 1925, she was catching a bus with her high school sweetheart, Alejandro Gomez Arias. She realized that she lost her umbrella and got off to search for it. They both ended up getting on another bus, and as they were riding it, the driver decided to try and pass an electric streetcar.
That's ridiculous. I move it, idiot.
The other driver didn't realize the intentions of the bus and crashed right into the side of it. It dragged for a number of feet and crashed again, hitting a huge corner of a building. Frida was immediately thrown down by the force of the accident. Several passengers were killed instantly, and others died later from the injuries. Miraculously, Frida and Alejandro survived, but Frida was severely injured. An iron handrail went straight through her pelvis. Kahlo's pelvic bone had been fractured and the rail had punctured her abdomen and uterus. Her spine had been broken in 6 places, her right leg in 11 places, her collarbone was broken, and her shoulder was dislocated. It was incredible that she was still alive. She had to wear a full body cast for 3 months, so this is when she started painting. Her parents encouraged her, and they made a special easel so she could paint in bed. She finished her first self-portrait the following year. Frida Kahlo once said, "I paint myself because I am often alone, and I am the subject I know best." She then reconnected with Diego Rivera in 1928, asking him to look at her work. They both ended up in a romantic relationship and got married a year later. They were known as the elephant and the dove, for obvious reasons. With a very complicated love story, Diego Rivera and Frida Kahlo made history together. In 1944, after the death of her father and her growing health problems, Kahlo painted one of her most famous works, The Broken Column. Frida Kahlo was best at expressing her pain. She did this through her surrealistic self-portraits filled with a variety of elements that showed her loneliness and physical feelings. She helped viewers begin to imagine what she was going through. The use of space in the background is a surreal landscape. The texture and value in the clothing create an almost realistic touch, and the lines that run horizontal and vertical create a dynamic composition. Notice Kahlo's tears streaming down her face and the nails all over her body, representing a pinching pain running through her. You can see her spine as a column broken into many pieces. She used a lot of symbols in her earlier works as well to not only signify emotions but also her background and culture. In the self-portrait with thorn necklace and hummingbird, made in 1940, Kahlo identifies herself with the Mexican culture by using powerful symbology such as a dead hummingbird which hangs around her neck. In Mexican folklore, it is considered a good luck charm for falling in love. The Black Panther, on the other hand, is a symbol of bad luck and death. The monkey is a symbol of evil. Another interpretation is that the monkey represents her husband, Rivera, because he once gave Kahlo a spider monkey as a gift. This is a very strong suggestion, especially since he has brought her pain in life. In the painting, the monkey is tugging the thorn necklace hard enough to make her bleed. There's so many symbols that can mean so many different things, and this is what she's famous for. This is an even earlier work called The Two Fridas. The painting shows two versions of the artist sitting side by side, both of them with their hearts exposed. The Frida on the left, all in white, has a damaged heart and spots of blood on her clothing. The other one wears bold colored clothing and has an intact heart. These two figures represent an unloved version and a loved version of Kahlo. In 1953, Kahlo receives her first solo exhibition in Mexico, but her doctors told her that she could not leave her bed. She was growing more ill each coming day. Do you think she listened? Clever Kahlo didn't technically leave her bed, and she arrived in an ambulance, not missing out on the exhibition's opening. Frida Kahlo died on July 13, 1954, in the same exact house that she grew up in, La Casa Azul. She became even better known during the feminist movement in 1970. She was an icon for women around the world.
Yo estaba confundida cuando la despedida, un balde de agua fría.